First news is regarding FCA, Financial Conduct Authority from the United Kingdom, are surprisingly very proactive looking on the market. They already came with some initiatives in August, in September, which proved the fact that their regulation can be applied by a regulator. But today we are speaking about something different. FCA thought that it will be great to create, together with some other entities, to create let's call it a tech hub or a fintech garden where everyone can join and develop their open banking solutions. Basically, they are creating an accelerator where different open banking solutions will born or will develop. It will basically enhance British market in the competition, worldwide competition on providing open banking solutions, because open banking currently is something that everyone is fighting for, because everyone, the majority of the companies in the market understood that open banking is something that all the customers need, because we have different fintech products, banking products, we have accounts in different banks, we have different assets. Someone has more an accent on wealth management. Someone just needs a simple banking account. And it's very good when in one platform or in two platforms you can manage different things, or you can create different kind of assets. Igor, what do you think about this initiative that comes from FCA?
It's always good to have competition. My assumption that actually United Kingdom is starting to play the competition against other countries like GCC region and all the movements that we see in the European Union. I would say that we in the beginning of hearing more about open finance. That's evolution from open banking because before that, the banks were obliged to share the banking data, and open finance is a much wider context because it's actually the data for open finance, which includes insurances, mortgages, a lot of financial outstanding information that can be shared. And it gives an ability to extend a lot of financial processes that we see over there. And it comes hand in hand with the embedded finance, because the more information we have about the customers, about their financial outstanding, well-being, investments, the more relevant products we can provide and the more custom-tailored processes. I think it's a really good move. And having this competition against the companies, against the customers, it always plays well for the end customer.
I have to provide some more details about this. So the idea is named the Smart Data Accelerator. It also will englobe not only solutions, technical solutions, but also a sandbox created by FCA for different companies, different products that would like to test on real data, to test different kind of integrations. And what is the main advantage of this kind of sandbox is that you are working with real data under regulations, under the supervision of a regulator, which you make you right and square and help you to understand, to make, a testing on real customers, on real data, on real market in a very closed environment. And when some of the products from this Smart Data Accelerator will be launched, it will help the companies to scale up their products quickly, to deliver already good established products, and will help customers to be to feel themselves already as already a part of their new features, because some of their data will be already processed there, and some of their data will be already, and data like user behavior will be already inserted there. So for the majority of people that will have benefits from this accelerator, they will just feel that they are using this application, even if it's a new application, they'll have an impression that they already are using this application for ages.
That's true. And I think a lot of taken from the software engineer approach, because if you're releasing the software, usually you have an environment which is called Sandbox, where everyone can play and taste the functionality. And for me, I'm really happy to see that actually the financial industry is importing, if I can say like that, the approaches from other industries as software engineering. And the Sandbox is really great approach when the company has an ability to provide limited but still functional prototypes and functional products to the market, and after the overview from the regulator, go full scale. So let's put an analogy. So we have the full retail banking licenses, and then the regulators, they come up with the MEIs, and it's another simplification. Before you come in an MEI or PSP institution, the licensed one, you're basically saying, yeah, hey, I got a really new, nice idea. I don't want to go into the full burden of getting the license, running the full scale business process. I would like to apply for the Sandbox. let's play together. Let's see if it works well for the regulator and for the potential customers. And then the institution will be approved and will have the specific license on the market, which is really great way to achieve the things in in faster time and with the better budgets.
We have also the second news. Igor, what is the second news for our...
So it's pretty interesting. I'm always keeping an eye on the global news. And in this case, major banks, they're exploring issuing stablecoin pegged to G7 currencies. And it's a hot topic in my understanding, because in the end of the day, we all influenced by macroeconomics, and having this new wave of stablecoins coming to fiat market is showing that there is a huge potential and the gap for underserved areas like the cross-border payments, the inability to serve people who are underserved, and even leveraging maybe some potential issues of the fiat currencies and making them global. And I think this will help potentially to speed up the integration and the business flows across G7 countries. And it shows and proves that stablecoin is not something that will vanish. So my assumption, we will see a lot of innovations in this area. Maybe later we will see the phase of merging acquisitions and come into one or several standards. But that's a time for the mushrooms to grow after the rain. All those regulations like Beautiful Act stimulated those companies, and even big institutions are looking to jump on the bandwagon and explore what is the next in this area.
Besides everything I mentioned, this is a very great opportunity for G7 economies to receive an economic impulse, just to receive much more liquidity, to receive the trust of their citizens, and not only their citizens, in the trust of people worldwide to their currencies. Because crypto, even if it's still considered as a high-risk part of economy and of transactions, cryptocurrencies, crypto transactions are getting closer and closer to be the high risk to become a normality in our life. My assumption is that besides the fact that it's a logical development of a market, a logical technical development, an evolution of humanity per general as a single one, as a society, it's also a very good opportunity for the economies of G7 countries to have an increase in economy, in GDP, because currently cryptocurrencies are not as a part of GDP formulas. And taking this into consideration, we can observe that some current countries can become richer and can have much more assets, which is also very good for their economies. Some of the G7 countries are now struggling to take an economical point of view. So this is also an economical solution, can be an economical solution for a revival economy, for revival of the markets, for bringing the assets that is a little bit not so much regulated into or heavily even regulated environments where everything is controlled, there's no money laundering. It's also the level of decriminalization of this industry. It's a step of decriminalization of this industry, which will help the countries to basically receive much more income from the taxes, fees, and so on. And this is absolutely very, very great news.
And let's jump to the last one for today. So WISE secures the central bank final approval for the stored value facilities and retail payment services, licenses, and UAE. And once again, it's connected in my head with the first news about FCA, because everyone is playing in the green field, and actually companies like Wise, Revolut, Monzo, Starling, they all exploring the ability to do the expansion to other markets. And kudos to Wise settling in UAE. It's really great hub for the region, and I think it will help to have better fees, better settlement times for the Wise users. And just to understand the scale, the Wise is moving around $48 billion in 1 quarter. So it's a really big machine which is facilitating a global economy. A lot of companies are using it for keeping funds and initiating transactions from this, we can say startup, but pretty well-margined company if you compare it to other neobanks. And it shows that by having a proper financial model, you can actually be pretty successful, because remittances always has been, and they will be as a model, pretty lucrative and pretty beneficial for the companies. And putting the proper tag into the remittance enabled Wise to overcome even some banks in terms of the volume and customer base. And once again, it shows that they can do the proper expansion and enable new regions for them.
basically Wise received an EMI license, equivalent of an EMI license in Europe, in the United Arab Emirates. So this, beside everything you mentioned, by the way, United Arab Emirates are moving 40 billions annually. It seems like the number 40 is the main key of this news. And this is a huge market. Moving of 40 billions, and a big part of those money are remittances, because in United Arab Emirates lives a lot of European nationals, a lot of nationals that in their home country, they already have Wise. So Wise made a very smart decision. It's not the first European fintech company who arrived there, but it surely this company has a big potential there, because the market is not yet full. Exists a demand for transferring for remittance to some specific regions that are coming from the people who are living there. Mostly this demand is for simple and good transfers to European Union. In case if the KCKB of those who are sending money and those who receive the money will be inside of one single application like Wise in two different countries, it will absolutely help to promote cross-border payments, to increase cross-border payments from Europe to United Arab Emirates and vice versa in a quite significant way. Also, this license also provides them not only the possibility to be also EMI, but gives them a lot of freedom as a payment institution, equivalent of payment institution in Europe. And combination of these two licenses will help Wise to, I'm sure will help Wise to scale up, provide to bring with already well-known user flow to this new market. And maybe we will see that in years, European fintechs will dominate the United Arab Emirates market or MENA region market.
That's definitely true. And maybe the last comment from my side, Wise is a great example by not having a full retail bank still be a really successful business and generating the profits. Because a lot of cases, banks or neobanks, they seeking to have the full retail license. They have a potential overburden in terms of the cost and customer acquisition, and seeking the funds from investors, which is different from Wise. They're marginal, they're doing well, they're extending, and it's good to have companies like that to be active and operating on the markets.